Mr. Portis, you and your mother have petitioned the court for a DNA test because you are certain you are not the father of the defendant's daughter, Avah.
Today, we're looking at a court case, and wow, it's a messy one. It's all about paternity, missed court dates, and a whole lot of drama.
Yeah, it's quite the situation. We're focusing on a Mr. Portis. He's in court asking for a DNA test for a 2-year-old girl, Avah.
Okay, but here's the hook, the really wild part. He's already been paying child support for her for 2 whole years.
That's right, $75 a week, adding up to thousands, and he's never actually taken a DNA test to confirm he's the father.
It sounds unbelievable. He actually told the court this whole thing has ruined his life. He just wants the test to finally know the truth.
And on the other side, you have Miss Middlebrooks, the mother. She's basically saying, I'm tired of this denial. Let's get the test. It'll prove he's the dad.
So our job today is to unpack how this even happened. How does someone end up legally the father, paying support, without that crucial DNA evidence?
It boils down to something called a default judgment. That's the legal mechanism here. He missed court.
Right. So we need to look at that, the relationship timeline, why things got so confusing, and frankly, why it took 2 years to get to this DNA test point.
Let's start with that default. The judge immediately asks, why wasn't a DNA test done right at the beginning? Which is what you'd normally expect.
Exactly. You assume paternity test first, then child support orders. But that's not what went down here.
No. And Mr. Portis explains, well, he missed the initial court date. He said he wasn't familiar with how the court system worked,
He mentioned something about being busy, management training.
Yeah, management training. He claims he didn't grasp that if he just didn't show up, the court could automatically declare him the father by default.
Wow. Just like that, defaulted as the dad for missing a meeting. That's a huge consequence.
It really is, and that's a key thing for anyone listening. If you get a court summons, especially in family court, ignoring it can lead to a default judgment against you. Paternity, support orders, all of it, without you even presenting your side.
So the burden then flips. He wasn't just trying to find out if he was the father. He was legally established as the father and had to fight to disprove it while paying support.
Correct. But the delay in getting the actual DNA test wasn't just on him missing that first date. It gets messier.
Oh. What happened next?
Well, the court records show that later on, a date was scheduled for a DNA swab. Last year, in fact.
Okay, so he finally gets the chance.
But Miss Middlebrooks missed that appointment. She didn't show up for the swab.
Seriously, after insisting he's the father.
According to Portis, that's what happened. And he said that really amplified his doubts. It made him feel like maybe she was trying to hide something,
I can see how that would fuel his suspicions. So you've got him missing the first key date, her missing the DNA date. It's just back and forth, delaying the truth.
Exactly. Lots of finger pointing, lots of missed opportunities, which makes the judge's job sorting this out even harder.
Okay, so to really get why he was so doubtful, besides the missed DNA test, we need to look at their relationship and this other guy.
Right, let's shift from the court dates to the personal timeline. So, Mr. Portis and Miss Middlebrooks, their relationship was fast. They start talking, date pretty quickly, and then break up basically right when she finds out she's pregnant.
That quick start and stop already sounds like a recipe for uncertainty.
It does. And when she told him she was pregnant, he said he didn't really believe her at first.
He didn't think it was real.
Not initially. He said it only sank in later when he drove by her house one day and actually saw her pregnant. Saw the bump.
Okay, so reality hits, but then something else happens.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. He does some digging, apparently on her Facebook page.
Uh-oh, Facebook evidence.
And he finds out about another boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend. Let's call him the ex.
So what's the story with the ex?
Okay, so the timeline seems to be she dated the ex before Mr. Portis. Then the ex went away for some reason. They broke up. Then she starts dating Portis.
Got it. Ex first, then Portis.
Right. And she finds out she's pregnant only about a month or two after starting to date Portis.
A month or two? That's tight.
Very tight. That's the window the judge later points out is a little bit too close for comfort. Enough time for potential overlap or confusion.
Okay, that definitely adds a layer of doubt. Did she say anything about the ex?
Well, yes. And this is significant. Miss Middlebrooks admitted in court that while she was pregnant, she actually sent the ex a letter telling him what was going on.
She sent the ex a letter about the pregnancy, not Portis first, but the ex.
That's what she said, which you can imagine probably didn't sit well with Portis when he found out. It raises questions, right? Why tell the ex?
Yeah, that would definitely make me wonder. So this doubt must be why Portis wasn't really involved during the pregnancy.
Seems like it. He confirms he wasn't at doctor's appointments, wasn't at the birth. He claimed Miss Middlebrooks was being disrespectful and basically pushed his family away, didn't communicate.
Okay, but then who was there, especially for the birth?
Get this. Miss Middlebrooks stated in court that her ex, the guy she dated before Portis, was with her at the hospital when Avah was born.
The ex was at the birth.
Yes. She said he stepped up. Apparently he had been away, came back around the time of the birth, and was right there with her.
Wow. So Portis is the defaulted legal father, paying support, but the ex is the one physically present, acting like a father at the birth.
Precisely. You've got the legal father on paper, and maybe a functional father, or at least a very involved figure, in reality. That's the limbo the judge talks about.
This is getting really complicated. Did her family know about this confusion?
It seems so. Even as Middlebrooks' own aunt testified. She confirmed that initially the family was told the ex was the father.
So the family thought it was the ex first.
That's what the aunt said. It was only later, when the baby was about a year old, that Miss Middlebrooks officially named Portis for child support. That's when the whole default process kicked in against him.
Okay, so if Portis is hearing this, seeing the ex involved, why did he keep paying? Why not fight it harder sooner, maybe?
Well, he gives a pretty compelling reason. He says the ex actually contacted him directly. On Facebook, again.
The ex messaged Portis. What did he say?
According to Portis, the ex asked him if he was paying child support for Avah, and then supposedly added something like, "That's crazy because I'm taking care of her too."
Oh. The ex is saying he's also providing care, while Portis is legally obligated to pay.
That's the claim. And for Portis, hearing that directly from the other guy involved, well, that seemed to cement his belief that he wasn't the father. He said that, combined with Miss Middlebrooks telling him at some point to stay out their life, made him keep his distance, apart from the payments.
This is just bizarre. She tells him to stay away, potentially implies he's not the dad or isn't needed. The ex says he's involved.
Right.
But she still wants the money. The ching, as he put it, $150 a month, mandated by the court based on that default.
It's a total paradox. Unwanted personally, but required financially. You can see how that would build resentment and lead him to finally push for this DNA test in court, no matter what.
Absolutely. And it sounds like things got heated in the courtroom itself during the testimony.
Oh, definitely. At one point, Ms. Middlebrooks and Portis' mother apparently started arguing right there. The tension was really high.
Understandable, given everything.
Which is where the judge had to step in firmly, reminding everyone that the court's about finding the truth, not about causing more pain or being disrespectful. The judge stressed they needed to resolve this for Avah's sake, so the child doesn't have to always live in limbo.
That limbo again, stuck between the legal assumption and the confusing reality on the ground.
Exactly. And just before reading the results, the judge made a final observation. Kind of a life lesson moment.
It was that.
The judge basically said sometimes people have to learn lessons the hard way about court procedures and responsibilities, and pointed again to that critical timeline issue, the relationship with the ex being a little bit too close for comfort, that 1 to 2 month window being a clear window for error.
Setting the stage for the big reveal. After 2 years, thousands of dollars, the ex at the birth, the Facebook messages, finally the answer.
The moment of truth. The judge reads the results from DNA diagnostics. Portis versus Middlebrooks.
And?
The result. Mr. Portis, you are the father.
Wow, after all that doubt, all the signs pointing elsewhere, he is the biological father.
He is. Miss Middlebrooks' reaction was apparently immediate relief, vindication. She said something like, now she knows, pointing to his mother, perhaps.
Yeah. So what do we take away from this whole deep dive? It's a lot.
It really is. First, never underestimate the power of a default judgment. Just not showing up to court had massive, long-lasting consequences for Mr. Portis. Cost him time, money, emotional stress.
Definitely a lesson in understanding legal procedures. And second,
The impact of communication breakdown and conflicting stories. He's told to stay away, yet legally bound to pay. The ex is involved. The family is confused. It created this unsustainable situation that the court had to untangle. The system prioritizes support for the child, sometimes forcing these messy truths out later.
but the biggest lingering thought for me, and maybe for you listening, is about what fatherhood really means here.
Go on.
Well, Mr. Portis is the biological father, that's confirmed. But he only saw Avah 4 times in 2 years. The ex, meanwhile, whatever his motives, was at the hospital. He was apparently involved in her care, according to his own message.
That's the difficult part, isn't it? You have the biological and now legal father, and you have the man who, at least for a time, was acting in a fatherly role, providing presence and maybe support.